Hello my beautiful Capricorns, welcome to your Mercury Retrograde energy reading. Mercury Retrograde will begin on November 9th, but right now we are currently under the influence of the pre-shadow period. We are going to a Mercury Retrograde that will be in the sign of Sagittarius, and it will later retrograde back into the sign of Scorpio. The first card that showed up is actually the moon. And I heard the word illusion and revelation. So there is potentially something that will come out of murky waters. Maybe an intuitive hunch that you have already had. It will potentially be confirmed during this time. We have here the Eight of Swords too. There could be something that maybe has caused you quite a bit of stress, maybe something that you're overthinking, overanalyzing, and it feels like the moon is actually showing this big revelation that will show up. And also the moon can symbolize the way that you might react, right? Because we can also be in our shadow when the moon shows up. So it's very important for you to discern, for you to not be reactive during this time. And then when I saw the next card, which is really interesting, the Magician is showing up here too as what you don't see coming. And I felt like this was a person. Immediately I felt like this was a person, like something about a person that might not necessarily be showing their true colors. And then when I pulled the card to clarify it, the Queen of Swords showed up. Not to say that this is someone that needs to be a woman, but the Queen of Swords energy is someone that's very calculative and someone that's very sharp with their mind, right? Someone that can strategize and kind of really maneuver themselves in tricky situations. So this revelation has something to do with an individual in your life. And it kind of, for me, it stems in the realm of where do we stand? You know, like that is kind of the energy that you will be feeling around this individual. And like I said, this could be that you might have to be a little bit more concise and more precise about how you are going to act. It's not the right time to be impulsive. And then you have here the Queen of Cups. That's what you don't see coming, which I feel like what this is saying is that you'll be able to communicate what you need to communicate in a very compassionate and empathetic way. Like you'll know how to communicate effectively. You won't react out of anger. You'll know how to articulate yourself while also being very stern with what it is that you need to say, what you need that you need to put across, right? So fascinating. I definitely feel like there's something along the lines of a person. Yes, there's a female energy, but the Queen of Swords just symbolizes someone that's very sharp, that knows how to use what's around them. So, and the Eight of Swords, something's causing you to feel stressed out about the situation. There will be a revelation during this Mercury retrograde, okay? Another thing that I see here with the Magician is that this person might be, again, kind of posing to be something that they're not. So that's really interesting. I wouldn't say that this is the proper time to get advice from others. This is a really, really important time for you to discern, for you to really sit on your own energy and formulate your own thoughts, opinions, and decisions. But from a calm perspective and while taking one step at a time. Impulsivity is not the way out, you know. In the blockages, you have here the Two of Wands and the Seven of Wands and the Three of Wands. These are your blockages. And what I think is fascinating by it, the Two of Wands is lack of preparation. So you need to be very aware that this is not the right time, again, to act out of impulse and to act without a strategy, especially if you are going through the experience that you will be finding out things that might not be so pleasant to hear, okay? So very, very important. The Seven of Wands speaks about making your own way. So at times, maybe with this energy, you might feel very stuck, very much like I can't make my way out. And that could be a potential blockage. This symbolizes putting boundaries up, making your own way, going against the current, as you can see in the image. And during this time, it might feel like you're kind of pressed to a corner. And that's why I see this Three of Wands showing up as the block as well, which shows that the energy of expansion, the energy of moving forward, of, you know, taking this Voyager and you know, moving forward with your life and whatever aspect is simply held back. Like, it's not the time to do that. There is something that you have to deal with before there is this energy of, I want to move forward. Like, there is a preparation that needs to happen, and if one of them, first of all, involves you knowing that the power is within you. So this Seven of Wands showing that you need to understand the power of you being able to put up boundaries and to make your own way. No one can make it for you but yourself, right? So no one can take that power away from you unless you are sold by the illusion that you have no options, right? So very, very interesting. I am actually going to get one more on the blockage. What can you tell me for clarification on this situation? The Lovers. Yeah, it's ultimately your choice. This is about decisions, choices. You have to be prepared. Make the proper research, the proper preparation. Understand that duality is basically the way that we exist and the world that we exist. Duality is the ultimate state of being. There's always good, there's always bad, there's always this, there's always the yin and the yang, the dark and the light. And you have to understand that you always have the capability of choosing for yourself. So that cannot be taken away from you unless you give in to the power or of the illusion that you have no choice. Okay, let's go ahead and get your advice. Okay, this one flew out. Six of Wands, celebration. I feel like this also focuses on, I just heard the word ancestors. For some of you guys, this support, this recognition comes from your ancestors, from the, from the other side. That is the support that you're receiving. For others, this is you understanding that you will be victorious in your situation, that this is going to work out in your favor, okay? To trust that you can make it there, that you can overcome the conflict, the friction, right? And then you have the Sun. Talk about everything's gonna be okay. I mean, the Sun card is amazing. And it also, I just heard shining the light. So with the Moon obviously showing that revelation, the Sun also shows me shining the light of moving forward, shining the light to the pathway without all of these obstacles, or these obstacles being removed, because the light has been shined, because the light is shining on that fogginess, on that, you know, block, on that darkness, you know. So very interesting. And then you have here the Eight of Wands. Things will speed up, things will pick up, things will be never the same, really. There will be a lot of communication coming from your way, a lot of messages coming your way that require for you to make proper decisions here, okay? Final messages for Capricorn. What do we have? So, final messages, Nine of Cups, okay? This is a wish fulfillment, all right? So, I feel like what this is saying is, you know, if you have been, if you have been praying about an energy being lifted off of you, like negative energy, maybe you feel heavy, maybe you feel like something is sucking your energy, and I'm hearing that right now, sucking your energy. This is basically saying that your wish will come true. Like the Magician is a trickster. There is a trickster around you. That's what I got from that energy. And this is basically saying that you will see the truth. You will see the revelation. The light is shining on the situation, and you will be able to see those blind spots, okay? Another final message for Capricorn, okay? This one popped up, and look at that, King of Wands. And this is where your creative power starts back up, okay? You start to see a way of moving forward with creativity, with innovation, with passion, desire, drive. This is the power of manifestation, of really putting your ideas out there and embodying them, right? This is a huge weight lifted off your shoulder. This is a parasitic energy that's being cleansed from you during this time. However, it involves you to lean towards your intuition, Queen of Cups, to know how to communicate with empathy, with understanding, and with the firmness that you need in order to be able to handle someone as manipulative as this Queen of Swords, okay? It requires for you to have that emotional intelligence to continue to have your composure, because this person will be able to use your reactions against you. So you need to figure out a way of communicating very strategically and moving from a place of intuition and guidance and guardianship over yourself, okay? Wow, very interesting message, but at the end of the day, the choice is up to you. Stay prepared. Take time to prepare. Take time to formulate the next step, to formulate the strategy. Do not act out of impulse, okay? Do not act out of impulse. The message will be clear. The message will not be comfortable, but do not act out of impulse. This is the time for you to prepare your strategy, okay? With that being said, please let me know if this reading resonated with you. If it did, drop me a comment down below. I would love to hear what maybe resonated with you. If you want to support my channel, I would encourage you to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next reading, okay? Thank you. Bye.